This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please check out the website. Wow. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Oh my god. Okay. Hi, this is Ushio, and this is Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, this game's not suitable for children or those easily disturbed. What? How bad is it gonna be? I've seen one or two screenshots. I've sort of got an idea, but not really. So, sure, please enter your name. Alright, let's just jump in. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But if she'd go on the chase after me like this, I'm almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up. Here she is, yo Sayori. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine. But if you did wait for me, so that's good. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say. Alright, we cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on what club to join yet? A club? I told you already, but I'm really not interested in joining any of the clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me, and I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hell yeah. Aha, I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialise or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Well, a NEET, is that not in employment, education or training? I think that's what that stands for. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Okay, fine. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little bit? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that much. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much makes me want to ease her mind a little bit at least, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some of the clubs. I guess I've got no choice. But to start with that anime club, hell yeah. Hello? Sayori? She must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't have to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to be in your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club. Bye. Come on, please. Why'd you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, Or is she so cunning as to have planned all of this out? I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori around the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me new member. Wow, I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club, it's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, Ushio, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? Well, the girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes me think that she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, and then turns back to all the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have had a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And this sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Great to see you again. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... yeah, you too, Monika. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me, or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little bit too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I'll take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Wow. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make their ears. They're so cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and then Monika. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite then? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thanks, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like a... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? I didn't make them for you or anything. Hey, I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, dummy. Okay, fine. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Wow, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not right. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around a major club. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people here in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all that effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow the club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. I'm not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Wow, I did read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Well, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give that back. Fine. Well, your cupcakes and your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Oh, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just some confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too then, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri then. Wow, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I've got an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still a problem. What's that? Now that we're back onto the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs I want to look at and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm disappointing everyone. I'm defenseless against the girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yeah, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Ushio, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Okay, yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the clubroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Probably. Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of the girls. Okay, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick the words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. What we're doing this? Whoa, effulgent. Misery, infinite, giggle. What we go? Misery. What? Misery, romance, destiny. Incapable. Explode. Climax. Pain. Okay. Disorientated. Fester. She likes all the weird, horrible words. Okay, massacre. Yeah, she does. Extreme. Doki Doki. Precious. Okay, so she likes the romantic ones, she likes the cute ones, and she likes the scary words. Tragedy. Oh, we got vitality. Hurt. Frightening. Incongruent. Vibrant. And swimsuit. Alright. Hey. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry about that. This might be a little bit strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Ah, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the clubroom. Oh. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Hell yes. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys. Ushio always gives his best, as long as he's having fun. Yes, I do. He helps me with busy work, without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire one time. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little bit jealous. How come? You and Ushio can become good friends as well. Sayori? What? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the real situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, what? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Okay, what do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Okay. Well, here. Yuri reaches into a bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thanks, I'll definitely read it. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Is that where the manga is? Show me that. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading this bit, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Uh-huh. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. I'm just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Good to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life's in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. It sounds like so much fun. That's kind of, yeah, messed up. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Okay. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective, when horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's okay then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry about that. That just means that you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Oh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading. Right, yeah, you don't have to. Alright, what are you saying? Just a minute ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get that book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Okay, it's fine if I just sit here, right? I'll slip into the seat next to Yuri. Oh, yeah. You sure? You seem a little bit apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone else. I see, well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Okay. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It's maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book though. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really do apologise a lot, don't you? I do. I don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Stop apologising here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Oh. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Okay, I guess it makes it kinda difficult to turn the page though. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Oh, I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But I'm holding it like this. We're kinda huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. You ready? What? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Oh, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue to read. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything though, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Ushio, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Oh, what are you saying all of a sudden? Oh no. Okay everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Okay, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Okay. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters of your own time. Okay. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically put out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I'll do the same myself.